Alright, this lesson is for section 4.2 on vertical and horizontal lines. Today we're going to be graphing equations of vertical and horizontal lines. So far, the equations that we've been graphing, things like y equals 2x minus 1, we've been graphing these with a table, and notice we've got two variables. We have an x and we have a y. Now we're going to be graphing equations with just a y, like our first example here. Y equals 2, and in our second example, x equals negative 1. So this one just has the y, this one just has an x. So let's think about what those graphs would look like. So first what we're going to do is list some points that all have a y value of 2. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in the y coordinate for all these points. I know that y is going to be 2, so we'll list 2 for the y value here, and then x, I'm just going to make up some numbers. I can choose any x value that I want, and I'm just going to keep them small though so I can fit them on this graph here. So let's put one at negative 5, so x is negative 5. Let's make x equal positive 3, and let's have another one at, let's do positive 5. Okay, so what we're going to do is just plot those 3 points. So our first point, negative 5, 2, means I'm going to go left 5 and up 2. Our second point is 3, 2, so we'll go right 3 and up 2. And our last point is 5, 2, so let's go right 5 and up 2. And now I need to connect those 3 points, and it looks like I'm going to form a horizontal line here. It's kind of a bad line, sorry about that. But that's what happens when you connect 3 points all with the same y value. So the kind of line that's going to be drawn, we're going to call this a horizontal line. And remember, we picked 3 points, and it didn't matter what x values I would have picked. Even if I would have picked negative 2, I would have still had a point that's on that horizontal line here. Okay, now to answer the next question, we want to know what the graph of x equals negative 1 looks like. So we're going to list 3 points that all have an x value of negative 1. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in the x value here. The x coordinate is going to be negative 1, and then I can pick any value I want for the y. So let's pick 2. Let's try 0 for y, and then the third coordinate, let's make this negative 1, negative 5. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and just plot those 3 points. So for our first one, negative 1, 2, that means we're going to go left 1 and up 2. For negative 1, 0, that means I go left 1 and I stay right here. I don't move up or down. The last one, negative 1, negative 5, means I go left 1 and then down 5. Now when I connect these points, I get a different line. This time I get a vertical line. Okay, so down here where it asks what kind of line is drawn, we're going to write vertical line. Now the whole point of all of this is to kind of get to the lesson here, which is the graph of y equals any number is always going to be a horizontal line. Okay, we basically have to memorize this, and if you're not totally sure about what type of line it would be, you could always connect points just like we did here. Remember, we picked 3 points all with the same y value and we connected them. That's how we got a horizontal line. And then the graph of x equals a number, that's always going to be a vertical line. Okay, so let's take that idea now, and we're going to do 2 examples real quick. We're going to graph the equation y equals 3. So notice there is no x here, it's just y equals 3. So that means I want to go where y is 3. Well, y is 3 right here. Okay, so that's y equals 3. And I know I need to draw a horizontal line, right, through that point. So the graph looks like this. Okay, so you want to make sure you always go where y is 3. A lot of times students make the mistake of trying to go over here, but that's x equals 3. So we don't want to draw a line through that. So the next example here, x equals negative 4. We're going to stay on the x-axis this time, right? We want to know what the x value is, and in this case it's negative 4, so I'm going to plot a point right there. And I know that it's supposed to be a vertical line through x, so we've got the line here, vertical line through x equals negative 4, and there's my graph. So tomorrow we're going to get some practice in the warm-ups, just doing a couple more examples like that, but that's the general idea. For a y equals equation, we're always going to graph a horizontal line, and for x equals a number, it's going to be a vertical line. So that's it. Nice job. I will see you guys in class tomorrow.